Try, really try.
The brain cannot think
Right.
when it is hot.
So his whole thing was that if you thought positive, if you were positive,
make it
and you
happen.
just kept believing and believing and believing, you'd actualize it. So it would happen. So he was criticized. So he started a radio program in 1935, and then it was on for 54 years.
And we know the program because if you're a fan of the movie Grey Gardens,
Exactly.
the Big Edie and Little Edie, listen, they tune in on their little pew, the FM radio, and they come in. If the brain cannot function,
You got to get on top and stay on things.
top.
Does that mean women too? So if you look to the picture that I put up here, there's lots written about this guy, but do you see who that is? In the picture.
well,
if
that
you're
would be
watching?
one of the first Trump wives, right?
Right, but that's Donald Trump.
With Norman Vincent Peale.
So Donald Trump was a member of his church.
Believe
And
or believe.
actually, NPR has done a full study that actually a lot of the success of Donald Trump's campaign came out of teachings
From Norman Vincent Peale.
Norman Vincent Peale's positive thinking. And they said Trump employed the power of positive thinking with exaggeration, untruths, and just simply a false narrative. And he stayed the course. He never backed off it. They said if you affirm it, visualize it, and believe it, it will actualize itself. So he was criticized. So Peale was criticized
That's
because
like the crowds at the inauguration. Affirm it.
believe and don't ever step back. And they said that what was dangerous about this power of positive thinking was, for some people, it made them aggressive and then actually very deceiving.
Really? Okay.
Right. So, but they said, and I didn't. So NPR did this whole study, and they said that Trump actually thanked. Because as I said, his family went to the church. Norman Vincent Peale said, think big and you'll achieve big results. Think success and you'll have success. So they said everything was unsubstantiated. There was never any real facts. It was all anecdotal. Trump says, Norman Vincent Peale, the great Norman Vincent Peale was my pastor. The power of positive thinking. Everybody's heard of Norman. He says, he was so great. I still remember his sermons. It was unbelievable. And what he would do, he'd bring real life situations to the pulpit, modern day situations. He would bring them into the sermon, and you could listen to him all day long. And it goes through this whole thing about chapter and verse, what Peale's theories were and formulas were and how Trump followed them. And they gave the example. They said, for instance, Trump got up and said, we're going to win Michigan today, when nobody thought he was going to win Michigan, and just kept pounding that he was going to win Michigan. And in fact, he won Michigan. So, they said it was kind of scary, but I thought it was interesting. Peale was also a good friend with Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan, and Bill Clinton actually had some kind words for him. But I was wondering why this never got more play about Trump and Peale.